Good morning, Titans, and welcome to this edition of Titan Television. I'm Kate Bowles.
And I'm Mackenzie Moore. On this edition, we'll take a look at a student who turned some negative experiences into an inspirational hobby.
And we'll talk about how to stay on track with your New Year's resolutions. Stay tuned for this and more on this January edition of Titan Television. Welcome back, and I hope you all stayed warm after the many days we've had off school.
Good thing we seniors don't have to make them up.
Speaking of seniors, Rhys Khan is a student here at West who's made a name for himself in the music industry. Drayden Wood tells us more.
You know that serenity that you feel when you're walking in a forest? It's like that, but on another planet.
These are the best days of our life. Trying to conform to your needs.
Senior Rhys Khan has devoted his life to creating niche music with unique tones. With his lights down low and Star Wars playing in the background, Rhys writes his best.
I think Rhys's music is some of the most honest stuff I've ever heard in my whole life. He writes about exactly what he feels. So if he's mad at you, you know, and if he's in love or out of love or happy, it's all there.
We spend a summer day celebrate every single little thing.
Honestly, a lot of it has to do with my friends, because you get to meet a lot of great people in concert choir and in Voce. That's just how it is. And you form these great relationships with them that you can't really find anywhere else.
And while he draws from these positive experiences, the negative ones heavily affect him as well.
I had some problems with drug abuse, and I got over it, but there was backlashes that just made everything 50 times worse. And because of circumstances in the house and everything, I left.
Despite his family issues, Gaunt knew he had a place to call home.
I look up to my honorary mom. Because when I left my house, I moved in with Alex Gohagan. She's always been so supportive, and she's talked with me through all this stuff that I've been going through, and she's always there for me, and she helped me when I was down.
And the fact that he writes it and produces it and sings it, he's just frankly kind of amazing. Sometimes I feel like I'm helping him get through stuff and what he's going through with his family and how that's working for him, and sometimes it's like he's helping me. He literally just finished our family the way it should have always been the whole time.
With photographer Carson Stepanski, this is Drayden Wood reporting for Titan Television.
If you have a talent like Rhys, consider signing up for Mr. Titan. Registration is now open. If you think you have what it takes to be the 2018 Mr. Titan, pick up an application in the front office or Miss Ireland's room 2071. Come out and enjoy the show March 11th.
With Valentine's Day coming up, you may be at a loss for how to celebrate. Hunter Milner and a few culinary students share with us a recipe that may make the holiday a little sweeter.
Good morning, Titans. Today I have Alyssa and Easton. And today they're going to be showing us how to make the Titan famous cookies with a Valentine's Day twist with pink and red M&Ms. Alright, so how do we start?
So first we're going to cream our butter and both sugars together. So we need a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. And then we have a cup of regular sugar and a cup of brown sugar. Alright, now we can add in our eggs and vanilla.
What do you enjoy most about this class?
Getting to cook and eating it after.
Okay.
So I just put all the rest of the dry ingredients in there, and then we're gonna add it to here.
Perfect. Okay. Tell me when I need to not mix anymore.
All right, you're good.
Okay.
So now we have to roll up all this dough and put it on there.
Alright, so now that we have gotten all of the cookies rolled out, we are going to put them in the oven that is preheated at 375. Thank you guys so much for showing me this amazing cookie recipe. This is Hunter Milner reporting for Titan Television.
If you'd like to learn more recipes like these, consider enrolling in a culinary class with Mrs. McNelly in room 158. Stay tuned for more information on the enrollment process.
And for those who feel guilty for having a sweet tooth, Jarrett Pemberton gives us some workout tips to start the new year off right.
We know it can be tough sticking to your New Year's resolutions, especially when it comes to exercise, so the trainers at Snap Fitness gave us some advice on how to make a workout plan and stick to it.
I think a lot of people have this terrible impression of fitness and what fitness is, being in the gym for 6 hours a day and things of that sort. And you know, basically it's just a skewed vision.
So trainers Sam and Aubrey York showed us some exercises that target specific areas.
This is a deadlift. This exercise is really good for the lower back.
And another good exercise is the dumbbell bench press.
And this is a dumbbell bench press. So this is working your chest, gaining strength in your upper body.
When doing sets like these, make sure you do
heavy weights, do light weights, do low reps, do high reps.
And reps depend on the amount of weight you use, so make sure you do a range of them. The trainers also offered some tips to make working out easier and more enjoyable.
Help getting a partner to work out with. There's all kinds of different memberships at every gym. But getting a partner membership or a joint membership and being able to have somebody to come in and work out with will help out quite a bit as well.
In addition, listening to music or watching TV can also prove beneficial.
Keeping it really simple as you get going, and then you can start to get a little bit more complicated the more you're in here.
And once a routine is formed, you should work out around 3 to 5 days a week. However,
teenagers with all the energy that they have, they can work out quite a bit.
Many gyms are offering specials at the first of the year to help you kickstart your exercise routines. With photographer Kennedy Kavinsky, I'm Jarrett Pemberton reporting for Titan Sports Update.
Now we'll send it over to Carson Stepanski with a recap on all things TSU.
Oh, hot blood love is gonna get you.
Welcome to this month's edition of the Titan Sports Update. I'm Carson Stepanski. With the new year comes a brand new Titan basketball team and a fresh face to lead them. Here's Cody Ball with the scoop.
Last year, the Titan boys basketball team finished their season with a heartbreaking second-place finish at state. However, they lost many key players such as C.J. May and Elijah Childs.
C.J. and Elijah, you don't replace guys like that, but I think our guys in general, have understood that there's a certain level of expectation that we have to compete, a certain level of expectations we have of our performance.
While several players have stepped up, one new face has been a large part of the team's success.
Being able to get shots off, hit shots against zone, hit shots against sagging man, getting out in transition and pushing the basketball. We want to play pretty fast, and he's a quick guy, and he helps us with that.
Junior Rich Johnson has moved back to Lee Summit after spending multiple years living in Texas.
It's been good coming back, playing with my friends. They like my brothers because I've been knowing them for a long time.
They bring some great intensity on the defensive end and has really helped us as well shooting the basketball on the offensive end. I think he's kind of fit right in.
I just bring whatever they need me to bring, if that's scoring or assisting or whatever it is that night. I just bring what I got to bring.
With Johnson joining seniors Mario Goodrich and Phillip Brooks in the backcourt, the team has shown potential, causing Coach Schieber to gain hope for another chance at state.
Hopefully we'll be playing our best basketball at the end of the year as a group, and if we're playing our best basketball at the end of the group, who knows?
Johnson and the team are planning to continue their run to state next Tuesday at 7 p.m. against Blue Springs in the Fieldhouse.
So everybody come out, support.
With photographer Shelby Parscale, this is Cody Ball, reporting for Titan Sports Update.
The The Titans suffered an unfortunate loss to the Lee Summit Tigers last Tuesday, and then fell short to the Lee Summit North Broncos last Friday. For more scores and updates, you can check TSU Twitter. On the other side of the court, the girls Titan basketball team had a blowout, 70-39 win against crosstown rival Lee Summit last Tuesday. Two strong leaders were twins Charlie and Marissa Ritchie. Dawson Earholtz had a chance to get to know them a little personally.
Charlie and Marissa Ritchie are two sophomore basketball players for the Lee Summit West girls basketball team, and both know how to shoot the three. The twins will have 5 shots from behind the three-point line, and whoever makes the least gets to answer questions asked by the winner.
Do you sing in the shower? Low key, yeah. What's something no one knows about you? Everyone thinks Marissa's taller than me, but she's not. I'm taller than Marissa. Always have been. Would you trade me in for $1 million? Nah. Which one is older? I am. Which one is smarter? Probably Charlie. Yeah. What don't you like about me? You argue a lot. Stubborn. If you had one superpower, what would it be? Read minds. Favorite animal? Favorite animal? Probably cats. Cats are chill.
The girls travel to Lee Summit North tomorrow to take on the Broncos. Come out and support. Now diving into the pool. The girls swim team has made quite a splash, with many state cuts already under their belt. Sam Thomason had a chance to sit down with Coach Gibbler to find out how she runs a successful team.
Hot. Making kids believe in themselves, making them believe that they can change where they are, become better, and just setting goals and achieving them. Favorite color, green. Kids like to hear the story about when I got shot or when kids stuck a stick out the window and hit me. Both of those were teenager things. Oh gosh, favorite place, La Fuente. I always looked up to my daddy. Oh, dogs. I look for kids that are fun and confident and have a good time while competing at the highest level they can. This has been 60 Seconds with Coach Gibbler.
Girls Swim and Dive is preparing for conference later this week. Your boys wrestling team traveled to Ray Peck last Wednesday and lost 2 tough duels to Ray Peck and Park Hill. They traveled to Francis Howell this weekend. Check TSU Twitter for more updates. Come out and support them tonight against Blue Springs South at home. While a lot of winter sports are coming to a close, one team is just beginning their competition season. Kate Bowles has the story.
The color guard not only joins the band during Friday night football games, but continues to practice and compete all year round.
It's so much more independent as a team during the winter season, and the competition is, I guess, more serious at that point.
Because it's just you girls, because only we really know what color guard is about. And so you just have like this special bond.
Well, they do find that sense of community within the team regardless if it's a competitive sport or one of the more popular ones in the school. When they see their teammates working hard, it's very easy for them to want to spend their time working with them outside of rehearsal. Well, it makes my job easier if I'm not constantly having to remind them they should be practicing and tell them they need to get up and do something if they're already up and doing stuff.
They are currently practicing about 10 hours a week in preparation for their winter competitions. The team will wrap up their competitions in April. If you'd like to join next year's color guard team, make sure to watch out for future announcements and flyers regarding tryouts in May. With photographer Holland Koklager, I'm Kate Bowles reporting for Titan Television.
And that's all for the January edition of the TSU. I'm Carson Stuponsky. Back to Kate and Mackenzie in the studio.
Thanks, Carson. Check out TSU Twitter for more updates on all things sports.
Next up, Kaylee Addison and I explore what the term fake news really means and how it can affect you.
The term fake news has been used often lately, but the idea has existed for over a century. It started in the late 1800s with yellow journalism.
It was when newspaper companies would make up headlines to entice more readers. Mackenzie Moore took to the halls of West to see if students could recognize fake news.
The first article title is North-South Korea to march together under one flag at Winter Olympics.
Fake.
Do you think?
That's fake.
This is actually real. This is from CNN. So do you think this is real or do you think this is fake?
Fake?
I think it's real.
You are right. It is real. This is an article posted by CNN. So this one is teacher arrested at school board meeting after questioning superintendent. Do you think this one's real or do you think it's fake?
Fake.
Do you think it's real or do you think it's fake?
Looks real.
Okay. You were right. It is real. The headline is Breaking News, Michelle Obama arrested for domestic violence. Do you think this is real or do you think this is fake?
Definitely fake.
You were correct. And this is what the article looks like.
It's not real.
It's not real?
No.
Final answer?
It's not real.
Okay. You were right.
Social media allows fake news to spread faster than ever.
You can pick up your phone and you can send out any bit of information that you want, even if you don't know what you're talking about, and people will see it and people may believe it.
In fact, according to a study at Stanford, over 40% of fake news websites were found on social media.
We're such a fast-paced society. We want to Google it and go on, or we want to get on Twitter and, oh my gosh, we want to react. You know, we're ready to fire up and make a comment, and we don't give ourselves the time to think rationally and think, is this genuine? Is this authentic?
If you do not recognize the source, then you can search the article title. Usually after a fake news headline has gone viral, it has already been proven false. Snopes is a great resource to determine what news is real and what is fake. They have a fact check option that shows what popular rumors are true and false.
However, fake news is not just crazy stories you see online. Fake news can be anything that doesn't cover both sides of the story.
Whether it's social media or a newspaper or a broadcast news source, everybody's got a bias.
I think that it is sad that people read one source and they take what that source says as the absolute truth.
Allsides.com is a way you can view news from both sides of the story by offering news from a conservative, liberal, and middle perspective. Ultimately, the information you hear does affect what you will believe. Be sure to check all sides of the story before coming to a conclusion. With photographer Mackenzie Moore, this is Kaylee Addison reporting for Titan Television.
If you'd like to learn more, you can enroll in Miss Ulry's Mass Media Semester class for next year. I took the class this year and I learned useful information about how the media impacts society.
Regarding enrollment, it's that time of year to start signing up for classes.
Anison Barney tells us some important information about this year's enrollment process.
As the end of the year quickly approaches, it's time for students to begin preparing for next year.
The enrollment process will begin in early February and take place during advisory.
And although there won't be any changes to how the enrollment process is done, there is a shorter window of time to get it completed.
Students will have 3 days during the same week with their advisor to work on enrollment instead of last year. I think we had one advisory over 3 different weeks.
Barnett would like to remind all students that there are many things to take into consideration when signing up for classes. It is important that all students choose 7 classes they are interested in, as well as 3 alternates in case a conflict occurs. February 1st is Career Day. During this time, students can get more information on courses offered here at West, as well as those held off campus. There will be field trips in February to STA in Herndon for students wanting to learn more about their programs.
And while underclassmen are enrolling, seniors will get the chance to complete a new requirement for Missouri students.
This year, Missouri legislation passed a law that all students must have CPR training before they graduate. For underclassmen, this requirement can be fulfilled when you take a Foundations of Fitness class. Also being introduced this year is the Innovation Track at Longview. This will allow students to get up to 30 college credit hours during their high school career. Enrollment for this will be held February 20th through the 22nd. To qualify, students must have an average GPA of 2.5 and have scored an 18 on their ACT. Students can find applications on the MCC website. Reminder that enrollment conferences with your parents will be on February 21st and 22nd. Students will be able to sign up on the school's webpage.
For Titan Television, this is Aniston Barney reporting.
That's all we have for this edition of Titan Television. For more, check out our website, LSS Online. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook.
And if you'd like one of your posts to be featured on the show, use the hashtag BestAtWest for a chance to be featured on the February 23rd Titan Television. I'm Mackenzie Moore.
And I'm Kate Bowles. This show is dedicated to Grace Potter.